I would not pay myself $20 an hour to go grab something that I don't want to grab over and over. But this little guy greatly enjoys this task. So if there's something that you're currently paying someone, whatever it is, any amount of money, if they don't enjoy it or they're not good at it, don't have them do it. This little guy, look at that, focus. He's locked in. He knows what he wants. And I can say, leave it. He's disappointed. I can say, go get it. And now he's stoked. Look at that wag. Give. Now, if I tell him to do something he's not good at, work. Ready? Leave it and file my taxes. Leave it. He is not going to file my taxes, and he's disappointed that he's not doing something he's good at. Work, go get it. But if I give him the right task, leave it, then he's stoked. Stop giving yourself stupid tasks. If you've got a job or a goal or a mission, that's like a pull. There's no effort that you have to put in to want to do that. You don't have to trick yourself into it. This little guy will bring me sticks all day long because he thinks for some reason this is his life mission to go grab sticks. Now, he didn't even look at that, and he ran right to where it was. I am not going to be that good. Leave it. Good boy. I'm not going to be that good at something that I don't like and I don't have a bunch of skills in. So spend your time in a more optimized way. If there's something you are good at, lock all of your time into that. If there's something you're passionate about, lock all your time into that. But do not be the owner, operator, the technician who is going to be absolutely stuck trying to micromanage, trying to do every single little thing in the name of saving money. If there's something you're good at and you make money with it and you don't have a shortage of leads, by all means, hire out the stuff that you are not passionate and not good at. Give. Ready? Sit. Hesitation. He can do that. He doesn't like it. Down. Sit up. Roll over. You're muddy now, buddy. Can you sit? And can you little ups? Little ups. That's a good boy. Can you leave it? Go get it. Which one of those things does he like doing? Again, this is a dog example. I'm just using this as an excuse to hang out with my little guy. You can if you are going to stay in the role of technician, get someone else to manage the admin stuff on a small scale. Hire the bare minimum amount of people that you don't have to babysit, and niche down. Whatever your hobbies and your interests are in life, just find clients that share those. You will enjoy life, you will make really good money, and you won't have to worry about franchise level problems. But if you're trying to have franchise level success, you're trying to have, multi 6 figures, you're trying to have 7 figures, you cannot be the technician. I think that the book terminology is who, not how, and that's super solid. You need to figure out who is the answer for the solution to the problem that you have found. And if it's not you, if you're not excited to solve that problem, find someone else. There's a weird virtue gatekeeping, whatever buzzword you want to throw at it, of like, oh, you're this pompous schmuck because you hired someone to do something. No, if they enjoy doing that and they're better than you at it and you suck at it and they're genuinely trying to provide jobs for people and feed their family, why are you making sure they can't feed their family so that you can waste money and be bad at stuff? That's just a stupid game. Don't play that game. Don't do shit you're bad at. Find someone who's not bad at it and let them take the role over for you, or if it needs to be you, let them teach you. I've beaten this dead horse. I will beat it again. And you can call Animal Protective Services on me. Or come here. Come here. You ready to get beat? Yeah? You ready to get beat up? Okay, good. I'll go back to playing. I'll stop recording. You're a good guy. Don't do shit you're bad at.